television products for businesses, for enterprise. What we're best known for is the SnapStream TV recording and search appliance, which allows organizations to record lots of television and then find whatever it is they're looking for on TV using our TV search technology. We already have quite a few customers in the Canadian market. Just to mention a few of them, we have the Department of Foreign Affairs, DFATE, as a customer. We have the Privy Council uses SnapStream to monitor television. A lot of the provincial governments and political parties use us to monitor TV, the Parliamentary Library, and a bunch of others. So I've been to Ottawa a bunch of times and know the EMM folks. We also have we're on the federal government contract vehicle, AVSO, the standing offer, and so we have a lot of inroads into the Canadian market. It's a market that we understand pretty well. So what is SnapStream at its core? I'll just kind of go through and highlight the features of SnapStream. So we are a product that, first of all, lets you record TV. And I think actually before I go into the features here, what would be useful is for me to pull up our website and kind of show an overview of how the product kind of fits together. So if we go to the how it works on our website, generally the way SnapStream is configured, you connect your TV source. That could be Rogers cable or satellite service or an antenna service. You connect that to a SnapStream encoder, and that gets connected via your network to the SnapStream server, which lives on premises at your location. And then that gets connected to your local area network, and it's over the LAN sitting at your desktop that you're able to do the things that I'll be talking about. Connect over the network using your web browser, and you can see essentially, what's coming on TV. You can watch shows live. You can do searches, etc. So that's kind of what I want to take you all through in this overview of the features. So the first thing our customers typically do is they schedule recordings. Your program guide will be a reflection of what you plug into SnapStream. So if you plug in a combination, for example, of satellite feeds and cable feeds, it'll show all of those in one combined program guide. You click on something and you can record a show once. You can record it 24/7. You have a lot of configurability in how often something gets recorded, and also configurability in terms of managing conflicts, because your SnapStream is configured to be able to record a certain number of channels, and if you record more than that, then you have to tell it what to record in place of the other. Once you've made recordings, you can do a search on TV, and so there's a lot of depth to how you can search television, but at its most basic level, you just type in keywords that you're looking for, and what we do is when we make recordings, we retrieve the transcript for the program. So you're able to search over the transcript and find all the mentions of the words that you type in. So for example, here in the sample, we've got a search on Canada and Trump, and you can see where there's some discussion about fair trade in Mexico. And when you find a mention, you'll notice here it says 6:38 and 39 seconds. When you click to watch that result, and you'll see this when Mike does the demo, it takes you to that moment inside the show at 6:38 and 39 seconds. Then you can create a clip. You can email the clip to someone. So we make it really easy to share a moment of TV. There are a couple of ways you can do that. You can send somebody a link, in which case they have to have access to that SnapStream. We also make it so you can upload it to a website on the internet that's private, and then you can share that private link with anybody, whether they have access to SnapStream or not. And then we also have integrations with Twitter and Facebook. For example, if you wanted to take a moment of television and put it up on Facebook or Twitter, it would be really easy to do that from within SnapStream as well. You can also set up alerts. So you can say, every time a certain keyword is mentioned on TV, send me an email. And the emails can be set up to be daily, they can be weekly emails. On the other side, they can even be real-time emails. So you can be notified the moment, say for example, the words breaking news show up on TV. So as I mentioned, you can also take clips and post them on Twitter and Facebook. And you know, in addition to being able to watch a show live, you can also watch the transcript live, and we've seen that as a request from some organizations where they want to just see the transcript scrolling by. And when our transcript is a live smart transcript, so if you click on a word, it'll take you to that moment inside the TV show itself, and you can watch the show from that moment. So, you know, just talking about the ways that we see government use our product, we'll often see government organizations follow live news through our product. So, just when it comes to live news, we're like a TiVo or a DVR, except it's shared over the network, accessible by anybody with a computer. So, within these organizations knowledge workers, it becomes a much easier way for people to tap into TV, because it's there alongside their access to websites and other information sources. We also see it being used, in addition to being used for actual media response, we see it used for training, where organizations will use the clips that they find on television to train their new personnel or retrain even the experienced personnel on how to engage with the media. This, in Canada, we call them public information officers here in the States. I think more often in Canada they're known as media relations officers, MROs. Your MROs can get training and constantly up their game by watching how other MROs perform in front of the media, and you know, identifying things they could do better, as well as things that they're doing well that they want to repeat. And of course, you're able to maintain a digital archive as well. So with that, I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to turn this over to Mike Lopez, and Mike is going to take us on a demonstration of the product. So Mike, you can take it away.
Awesome. I appreciate it, Rakesh. So to access SnapStream, as Rakesh mentioned, it lives on your network. So, you know, very easily we can use any of our web browsers. Today I'm using a Firefox web browser. But you can use Google Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, whichever browser that your organization chooses. To access SnapStream, we simply just come to our URL here. You know, here's ours called Snap Demo, and log in very easily using our Active Directory credentials. You know, once we log into SnapStream, it's very easy to set up your recordings. You know, just simply select your guide, and as we mentioned earlier, you know, we program the guide based primarily on your cable feed. So if you're using Shaw or Rogers or antenna-based feeds, you'll see those channels listed to the left here, and all of your content will be listed on the guide here so that you can easily set up your recordings. You can see here we've already taken the liberty of setting up a few recordings, you know, but if I wanted to record an episode of this show here, I could simply just click on the show, and then SnapStream gives me the list of recording options of how we want to proceed with recording this channel. You know, just like a normal DVR, we could easily record a single episode or new episodes that have been broadcast, or from a media relations standpoint, most organizations would want to record everything on this channel just so they don't miss any breaking news coverage or anything that's important to them. So once we've actually set up all of our recordings, we're going to come into our library tab. So inside the library is where all of your recordings, your recorded shows and active recordings are going to live. You'll notice on the left here that you have the ability to sort through the library via channel, news series or television series, date ranges, as well as review any of the clips that have been created by your users here on the left as well. To easily search for anything, we can simply come up here to our search bar and just start looking for mentions of, say we're looking for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. I can easily type in the words Prime Minister, and as soon as I hit enter, you can see that SnapStream automatically starts looking for mentions of the Prime Minister. So you can see here today at 9:11 a.m., as little as an hour ago, they're actually talking about Prime Minister Theresa May. So if we're looking for that term, we easily can review that. But since that's not what we're looking for, we can continue to kind of scroll through here and find the terms that we're looking for. Now, if we're not finding what we're looking for, we could easily drill down and look for Prime Minister Trudeau and find exactly mentions of Prime Minister Trudeau. So you can see here, we actually have some mentions from a few days ago where our President Donald Trump has been reaching out to Prime Minister Trudeau in wake of the recent attacks in Quebec. So, if I wanted to pull up that news story, we simply click on the link here. And you can see right there, as soon as we pull up that link, it drops us directly into the moment where Prime Minister Trudeau's name is mentioned. So, as a media relations officer, if I wanted to capture that moment, I could easily do so by using our clipping tools that are built into our web player here. So to start a clip, I can simply create a clip start point by using our clip start indicator. And you'll notice it drops a start point down here on our time bar. And we can allow this to play through and create our clip by simply dropping a clip end indicator. So once we've created that clip, now I can easily clip this content out and do a matter of things with it. From a media relations standpoint, we could easily share this internally. So I could say, Trudeau mention at 9 a.m. or just leave it as Trudeau mention. And then from there, I could just clip this out and then store it into my library. I could easily share this via SnapStream. So if I wanted to share this with a colleague, I could do so by, just sending it directly to an email address and, giving it a little context. Here's a clip of PM Trudeau. And then sending that clip. And what SnapStream is then going to do is it's going to shoot this clip out to our cloud server and then distribute a link to the end recipient, who will then be able to pull up that video and review it on any mobile device that they have available. So, like Rakesh said, they don't necessarily have to be Stream users. They can actually be completely removed from the SnapStream environment and receive this clip automatically and review it, on their laptops, their tablets, or their mobile phones. Another way to also share SnapStream is by linking internally. So you can see here, as we want to share this news broadcast internally with other media relations officers, or say we want to share this with Prime Minister Trudeau's media relations officer, we could easily click on our link to show here, and then by grabbing this link here and copying it and sending it via an email, as soon as that person receives that email, they can actually pull up this link and drop it, and SnapStream will pull up the exact mention or exact moment of video that they're looking for. So another thing is a lot of organizations primarily care less about the video and really primarily focus on the transcript itself. So as you can see, as we're pulling in this recording, we're recording and writing the closed caption transcript right here to the right. So for any user, they can instantly search this recording's transcript by typing in keywords. So if they're looking for Prime Minister, you can easily type in Prime Minister, and then just inside of this show, you can see there's 4 mentions of the Prime Minister. So as we want to scroll through there and see what Prime Minister they're talking about the PM of Australia. We can continually scroll through those mentions to find out if it's anything that we're concerned with. Again, you could also type in, Trudeau, and instantly find mentions of Prime Minister Trudeau. So this makes it super simple for any media relations officer or any team to really scour through the transcript and find exactly what's important to that organization. Now, the transcripts are also readily available for any organization by simply coming into the library and downloading those transcripts from any of the shows that you see here. So to do so, you easily click on the CC icon here inside of the library, and it automatically will give you the transcript from that broadcast. So from there, you could either download this transcript, or in a broadcast environment, you could download the SRT and make that part of a video package. Lastly, we want to talk a little bit about setting up email-based alerts for SnapStream. So part of our search is being able to set up email alerts that are going to make SnapStream more of an automated workflow for you. So to do that, you can easily type in what you're looking for. So in this instance, we're going to look for Prime Minister Trudeau again. And we're going to tell SnapStream we want to create an alert based on Prime Minister Trudeau. So from here, I could easily send out an email to either a distribution list or specific media relations officer. We can adjust the frequency. So if I wanted to do a daily alert or a near real-time alert, alerted every time Minister Trudeau's name is mentioned, I can do a near real-time and get it as a breaking news alert. But for this example, we'll leave it as a daily alert and say I want to be notified every day at 9 a.m. when we get into the office. So you can see here, we can do Prime Minister Trudeau, we can do Justin Trudeau, we can do Canadian government, and build out a really extensive library of search terms. And what we do then is once we save this, every day at 9 a.m., once the users come in, they will receive an alert that allows them to instantly review they'll get an alert that allows them to instantly review the contents of SnapStream that it recorded over the past 24 hours. So you can see here's our Prime Minister Trudeau alert, and as we pull it up, it automatically gives us a daily summary of all the mentions of Prime Minister Trudeau, Justin Trudeau, or the Canadian government, where we can easily scroll through and kind of read a summary, or from this view, have access to the transcripts. As a SnapStream user, if somebody, as a media relations officer, finds a mention that they want to focus in on, they can easily click on the link of that show, and then SnapStream, just as it normally would, will drop them directly into the program right at that point of mention so they can create that clip or pull that content out and share it internally or create a DVD, whatever their workflow may be. So as you can see, SnapStream is a very powerful media monitoring tool. It's very simple to instantly go in and search for keywords, pull up those keywords, and instantly clip and share that content out. We do give you a very easy method of picking and choosing how you want to distribute that content. Versus doing a lot of manual-based workflows where, you may get somebody that asks you for a DVD copy, or having to go back and really kind of search for content that was recorded manually. Some of the additional features, as we mentioned, is the ability to watch TV as it happens. Analyzing all these clips as they come in, and keeping a digital archive within the system. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the webinar and open it up for any questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to write those in the questions column. We also do have a handout at the bottom of the page here that just kind of gives you a general overview of SnapStream as a whole, and feel free to download that. And if you do have any questions, feel free to contact us anytime. Thanks.